Coach Hines of the Minnesota Wild on a 4-game winning streak.
I attribute it to the guys in the room. I told them that after the game. Every night and get ourselves back in the mix to be able to contend for a playoff spot. So tonight I give a lot of credit to the leaders and the guys in the room for being ready to play the way we were.
My apologies about the audio. He was changing the oil on an F-350.
Yeah, no, they're playing inspired and they're playing inspiring hockey right now. It's fun to watch. You can see the smiles are back on their faces. The compete was always there, but the frustration started to get a little bit too much, and now they're freewheeling again and looking to climb the standings.
Maybe Bill Guerin put the fear of God in them as well, saying, look, we're firing the coach. Next time it's going to be one of you guys.
Well, that's the natural progression. That's literally, when you're in the room, that doesn't need to be said.
Yeah.
Any veteran, anybody that's spent more than 1 year in the NHL is going, boys, if we like this group and we like our teammates, we better start playing because we're next.
Rosie, when was the last time you were inspired?
I would say yesterday when I was talking to Johnny Randall, honestly, on the show.
That was very good.
It was wonderful when Johnny came by and, saw us more than anyone knows his story, his background. And when he sat down and started talking about why we're there yesterday and what it was like for him growing up in sheer poverty. What did you get for Christmas? A hug from my brother, and that was and his mom. That was it. Wow, so I mean, he went into great detail, and he loves talking about his story, and it's inspiring. I was inspired listening to Johnny again, even because there's always a different twist to his life story, and he just literally. I don't think I've ever been around anyone who gets up in the morning and loves waking up and just living more than
he loves
Johnny.
Coffee. Yeah. And the first thing you can do in the morning is have coffee.
Well, yeah, Randall McDaniel was the champion of that. Randall McDaniel would have
wasn't he like
cups,
two pots of coffee?
Full pots of coffee before every game. Yeah.
I was in such a hurry to hit that button, I almost pulled the finger.
So, Dan, do you have a reason you asked me that question?
No, I just I don't think I'm inspired very often. Not in the truest sense of the word, right? Like you get that's a nice story or that, but it's never like when you. I don't remember the last time I heard something like that from John Randall and gone, you know what? I should be better.
Yeah, it should be a better human being.
I need to work harder at being a better. You guys inspired frequently?
No, not
in the truest sense of the word.
I am. Let me tell you one time that I am. Almost every time I see CrossFit games or something like that, I am inspired to try to get in the gym.
And
I don't do it.
Right.
But you're inspired by
you have
watching
that
him.
light bulb go up and go,
I'm like,
that would be awesome.
Man,
I should do that.
Tomorrow's the day.
Yep, correct. I always say Monday.
We'll wait till the New Year's resolutions begin again. That'll be
I gave up on those.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, somebody like a lot of times on Smart List, they'll have somebody very interesting talking about their craft. I'll be like, man, that is something to strive for. Again, don't know if I'm truly inspired, but I'm like, I wonder if that would be a good plan. And then by the time the podcast is over, I've already forgotten why I felt any sense of drive, and I move on with my life, and I go back and watch poker go for the next 6 hours and try to take notes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, Ben Johnson's on his way up here right now. But before he gets here, real quick, in case you didn't know, and he was 101. So,
yes,
but Norma Lear passed away.
Yeah.
The producer and writer, some of the biggest television hits of all time. Television.
All in the Family, number one.
Yeah, dead at the age of 101. Lear died at his home, natural causes. Born and raised in New Haven, Connecticut, before he enlisted in the Army in September of 1942. After World War II, had a career in public relations, and then picked up comedy writing in the 50s. Best-known sitcoms, hey, what's up, dude? Include All in the Family and Maude. Also had hits with Sanford and Son, Good Times, The Jeffersons, and on and on and on.
Saved by the Bell.
By the way, also produced The Princess Bride, Corey.
Fantastic film.
Yeah, that's right.
Ben Johnson, Gopher basketball coach. Have you seen the movie Princess Bride?
I have not.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Thanks for coming, Ben.
I know. Just fumbled it.
What year were you born?
80.
Me too. That's egregious. How have you not seen Princess Bride?
Unless I've just forgotten, which I apologize for.
It's the one with Andre the Giant and Wesley.
I definitely know the name.
Okay.
Well, listen, Ben was outside
it.
playing, all right? You were inside watching TV, and we see the results of those two things.
Yeah, he was inspired.
This is proof. You can take a lot of different paths.
I was a never-ending story guy.
Right back in. Right back in.
Hang on,
Flight of the Navigator.
Where's that song, Chris?
Flight of the
Flight of
Navigator.
the
Yes.
Navigator was good. Never-ending story with the
What is the
dog.
hell?
Absolutely.
Yeah, hang on a second here. Let's do this right.
Tell never ending story.
Do you know
Yes.
there's a
Yeah,
third
it's like-
one, Corey?
No.
No.
Never-ending story
No, there's
3.
not.
Is there?
1994.
The second one was the worst movie of all time. The first movie
can't
is an
believe they
absolute
went
American
for a
treasure.
third.
What is the name of that freaking one-hit wonder that sang that never-ending story theme song? It starts with an L.
I can't believe you're not thinking of it.
Don't know.
It's like Limdahl. Maybe it's Chris Lindahl.
That sounds right.
What the hell is the name of that thing?
Anyway, basketball.
Found it.
Basketball.
Oh,
got
okay,
it?
cool.
Right,
There it is. There it
Yeah,
is.
there it is. There it is.
Ah, so good.
Rosie, sing.
No,
You know the words.
hard pass.
That is it.
What a fantastic film.
So good.
They don't make them like they used to.
They don't.
No.
They don't.
And
Inspiring music in the locker room.
And Sauce refuses to watch it because the horse drowns.
I've seen it a lot, but Rosie,
Atreyu.
I don't want to watch a
Rosie,
horse
that was
die.
a real Rosie laugh, by the way. I did not.
Artax drowns in the swamp of
Yeah,
sadness, and
no,
Sauce
thank
hates
you.
when animals die in films.
Yeah.
No, I'm out.
Talk about Bambi's mother. Come on.
And Sauce, look, and Sauce, that ain't a peaceful death. That horse struggles.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
God.
Struggles.
I don't know about
And
halfway down.
Atreyu thinks he's strong enough to pull a horse out of mud. You're done, buddy. Cry all you want. You're not pulling that thing out.
no.
It's Mark.
That horse gave up.
Yeah.
That was intense.
My goodness, Rosie just loves
Wasn't
it.
Secretariat. Come on.
It was Artax. Even faster.
That's right.
Well, listen, Ben Johnson's our
Yeah, that
guest, and
was
he's
the-
getting ready for a big game tonight
Yes.
against Nebraska. Very good team this year, by the way, Nebraska. So a big game for you tonight. Tonight's game tips off 8 p.m. Tickets still available at gophersports.com on the Gopher Sports webpage there. But Ben, it's always great to see you, man. And we want to say, I want to say to start, I had an idea that Parker would be a good guest on this show, and I was right, man. What a great kid that Parker Fox is, man. I love him.
Yeah, no, he is, and he's got obviously an incredible story. Lot of life lessons in sports, and I think he's a guy that is going to be able to take everything he's gone through for the rest of his life, and it's really going to benefit him and even others. You know, we talk about just dealing with adversity the right way and being able to be successful and push forward. He's got an unbelievable attitude and great teammate. I'm really excited that he's finally now able to get on the court and help our program, you know, just playing wise.
Speaking of good dudes, one of the all-time favorite dudes of the Power Trip Morning Show, your opponent tonight, Fred Hoiberg of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Freddie Hoiberg is awesome.
He
Right?
is.
What a good dude.
Yeah, no, he's been great with me. I mean, he's obviously, as you guys know, just a normal guy, which sometimes is he's simple as that is to say. It's hard to be, I guess, sometimes for some people for whatever reason. And he's just he's a normal, good guy.
Yeah, it's dumb how that stands out, but I just remember when he was here with the Wolves, then when he moved into the front office after he had all the health issues, he remembered all of our names. He would ask us about the show. Like, it wasn't just, oh, you're excited to meet me because I'm Fred Hoiberg. Like you just said, he's just a dude.
Yeah,
He's such a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah,
Love
and
that guy.
that's him.
The mayor.
You know, yeah, no, that's him. It doesn't change.
All right, now destroy him tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go.
Embarrass the Cornhuskers
So
tonight.
Ben, what did you learn about your team in the opening loss at Ohio State, moving forward here with Nebraska tonight? Then all of a sudden you got a bunch of non-conference games again. It's
Yeah,
not like you're going through a long stretch of Big Ten games. It's kind of an odd schedule, but that's just the way it works
It
out.
is with the new format that they
Right.
put in about like 7 years ago with the two early conference games. I think we learned a lot. I think we learned that again we can't get off to bad starts that are kind of self-induced. Starting with the first play of the game, which we showed our guys a couple times, and just how the details do matter and all the little things matter in ending possessions. Taking care of the basketball. You know, we've talked about that since the beginning of the year, just how important it is in sports in general. But, like, you have to win the turnover battle.
I was just talking
And-
about that with the Vikings. That's the reason where they are.
Yeah.
Turnovers.
Well, I mean, we get down and dig a hole in the first half, and you have 9 turnovers, and they were able to capitalize and score on those turnovers. Well, then the second half, when you're making your run, you make the run because you limit yourself to 4. And it's just as simple as that. So we just got to find a way to get to better starts and take care of the ball. But what I did love is the fight to come back. I mean, that's a good team, and I think Coach Holtman does a great job. And he even talked about post-game that was one of their best games in spurts that they played all year. And so it's proof that, when we relax and take a breath and just shore up some of the detailed things, we're going to play hard enough. Our guys compete, and, we'll give ourselves a chance.
What was your opinion on Jamison Battle seemingly wanting to, get in the faces of the Gopher players and even make some gestures towards the bench?
Yeah, I think, everybody handles situations differently.
That's a diplomatic answer.
Well said.
Well
said.
We'll stick with that.
That was
But, it's everybody's competitive, and that's one thing, especially at this level in opening Big Ten game. Everybody wants to play well, and emotions sometimes take over, and that's part of why we love sports, and we got to find a way. We play them again, and just have a better response.
How do you get your kids not to react to that?
We got a really good group that just understands there's going to be adversity. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be emotion involved. And whether it's a bad call from a ref, or whether it's an opposing player, whether it's something good or bad that happens with our team, we just got to respond the right way. You got to be next play and not get caught up in all the extra stuff, especially when you're on the road, because there are distractions, and adversity is going to hit. And a lot of times it's about how you respond to that.
You do have a star in the making in Dawson Garcia. What have you seen about his improvement from last year to this year, and where he's at? Because he's going to be drawing a lot of attention.
No, he is. And to his credit, he's a made man. I've known the kid since he was in high school, and just the definition of a warrior. No ego, big time, high output, blue collar as they get. Not a selfish bone in his body. Trying to get him to honestly be a little bit more selfish. The expectation isn't for him to get 38, every game. But it's just to be consistent. I think that's the next step he's going to take is, can you perform at a high level on both sides of the ball every single night? Can a coach pencil you in and know, all right, I know what we're getting out of him production-wise. And he's been able to do that. But I think it started with his habits that he's always had, and he does it every day.
When we talk,
go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, when we talk about NIL, and we hear a lot of it, obviously, on the football side and everything that's going on over there, but I guess it's a kind of a silly question to ask how it's affecting you, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
No, that's silly.
Yeah, it's it's obviously a thing that everybody in college sports is dealing with, and men's basketball, women's basketball, volleyball, you go all the way down the line. Football, we all have different avenues that we have to navigate, and being a high profile, visible sport with student athletes that are able to show their skills, and with the transfer portal being the way it is, it's kind of a free agent bidding war, so to speak. And I think the unfortunate thing is, I think the rule is good, and I think the intent is good, and I kind of blame coaches a little bit where we set the bar at something crazy. So some of it is on us. We got to take ownership for what we did initially when you found out you were able to have a collective in NIL. And it starts there. And so we all want to complain about it, but we kind of set the rules. And we got some guys, you get overly greedy, and this is kind of what you get. But it is what it is. We've got to find ways to continue to just have the dialogue about it so that people understand, this is the new normal, as they say. And if we want to, maintain and be competitive, like I know our fan base does, like I know our athletic department does, like I know, I do and our players do, we gotta figure that part out and do what's best and do it the way that Minnesota does it. We're not any other school. Every school is going to be able to do it differently and handle it differently and have a different view of it. We just have to figure out from our end how we can best do it to put our program in a situation to remain and become competitive, especially when you're adding, 4 brands next year that that aren't going to take a back seat. So it's kind of like having that competitive, healthy ego. Like I talk to my team about that all the time. We got to have a competitive ego to us. And our athletic director, Mark Kroll, I know is really busting his butt, and he understands it. He totally gets it. And now it's just spreading the word.
It's interesting, Ben, because as somebody who used to wear the jersey, I mean, I'm sure that part of you is like, good for them. Finally, we're getting some money. These kids deserve it. You're not struggling to, to give all this money to a university and getting nothing in return but an education. I'm sure there's a party that feels that way. But that said, the part that's a struggle, the part that is being done incorrectly, is it a situation you think where the Big Ten, where college basketball, where college sports in general can change it quickly because it needs to be changed? Or do you think we're 3 or 4 years away from some real changes?
Yeah, that's a great question. I obviously we all know this system needs to be tweaked. It's just I worry it's not sustainable. I have a lot of worries. I worry about I'm all for student athletes getting paid. I totally believe in that. My worry now is because of the numbers that you see and that we see and that I know. I also don't want to set kids up for failure where if this is, the highest point in their life, whether that's financially, and then everything from here is a little bit of a downgrade when you talk about just a number, like how does someone handle that? I know, I'm 42 and that would be hard for me to handle if all of a sudden, wow, the most financial gain I maybe had was at 18, 19, 21,
Oof, yeah.
and everything else after that. How do you view yourself eternally?
How do you maintain that?
Exactly. And now it's like, are we putting these guys in position? Are we setting a realistic expectation? Not everybody's going to be that NBA player that has the guaranteed life-changing money. So we all get caught up in that 1%. And for me, it's like that 1%, that is what it is. Like, I don't worry about the 1%. I worry about everybody else and how they're going to handle it. And I also want the public to know that there is a lot of good with putting some money in some guys' pockets. Like, they don't hear the stories that I hear or deal with of guys that, they graduate and they're about to start a job and they're looking for an apartment and they have no money. And this is the first time they realize, oh, wait, I got to put down the first and last month's rent and I haven't gotten paid yet. Yeah. Like, how am I figuring that out, right? I've gotten that call. Or a student athlete that is trying out for a minor league team. Well, those tryouts aren't free. And if you haven't made money yet and you got to pay $400 to try to live your dream and you're looking for that, like, how do you figure that out, right? Or, you're Eric Curry and you get a great job with the Big Ten. You need to look apart the first week and you got to make sure that you have the dress shoes and the slacks and maybe the suit.
Wow.
And then again, how are you getting to work?
Wow.
So it's like, if we can build it where it's sustainable. And again, we're not trying to have a roster of $18 million. That's not the point. But if we can teach a guy financial literacy and we can teach a guy how to save and have some money in his pocket so that when they are a graduate, which we've been able to do with every single student athlete, and they go into the real world where now they don't have the anxiety of, okay, I'm able to now put down the apartment money, or I'm able to buy a used car, or you know what, I do have work clothes that kind of fit the part and really put them in position to be successful. Like, I want to flip it and turn it into a positive and kind of get that message.
Love that. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's great.
It seems like the NIL story is going nowhere, right? This is going to be a perpetual narrative. This is going to be an ongoing tale. This is going to be continuous lore.
It's going to be a
Never.
Here we go.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ben, you had a great. That was wonderful what you just said, and then we went.
Corey
with that.
just
He
I
tied
just
it
wanted
in.
to hear the song
Yeah.
again.
He circled it back. No, it's again not to.
No, that's,
people-
that's,
No,
a great
that's
point,
great.
man.
Yeah.
it's important.
Well, it gets uncomfortable a little bit because I also understand from the public standpoint. We're trying to get to make the narrative not that oh man, all these guys are out for a paycheck. Like, that's not always the case. And then to also get to understand, like, as coaches, no one's trying to complain. Like, no one's expecting maybe people to feel sorry, for us or our situation. That's not the point either. And so you're trying to balance, how do you talk about it without coming across like you're complaining? That's not it. It's the fact of, this is the new landscape of athletics for all coaches and athletic departments.
When you're actively recruiting already for you're looking at players, especially in state for next year and the year after. How does that process working right now? And in conjunction with everything else you're talking about. But when you're looking at, the Minnesota's filled with terrific high school basketball players. The key has always been try to keep them in the border here.
Yeah, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that. We've got 2 kids coming in next year that I love, that I think are the for sure right type of people, first of all. But they're good enough players where they're going to help us move the needle. And to their credit, they've never brought it up. It was never an issue, and that's part of the reason why I love them and why I know that they're going to be great for our program, is because you do have to have the balance of, okay, I get it, I understand, I want players to get what they deserve, but also that can't be the main reason why you choose a school, in my opinion, if you want to win at the level that we want to win at, because I think now your mind is in the wrong place. And these guys and these families, they're in the right place. And so hopefully that, they can spread the message and trickle it down that, we're always going to try to put our players in position to have what others have and not be at a disadvantage, whatever that is. And now we just got to be aggressive in the NIL space because it is. You're looking at rosters in any sport, and it's reflective.
Nebraska at 8 o'clock tonight?
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
Yeah. You got time to hang around and talk about stuff that's non-basketball related?
I do.
I love it.
Fabulous.
Talk trash.
And let me tell you one thing, just a little heads up for you, okay? AJ Monsour's been working here for a long time. Great guy. You might have met him, might not. He's the greatest initials game player of all time, okay? His son's only 4.
Yeah.
But he's expected to be 6'10".
What?
That's what AJ told me the other day. But he's
Yeah.
measuring out right now to be 6'10". I'd start recruiting him now if I were you. I know he's only 4.
Can't see size.
Okay, but Christmas is around the corner. Good time to start working on it. Okay, in-state kid.
AJ was a starter on a team that made it to the state finals in basketball, so
He's
he was
great.
good. And he's what, 6'3"?
Yeah.
How tall is
Yeah,
AJ?
a little bit taller
6'3" or
than
so.
that,
His oldest son is on pace to be over 6 feet tall, but for
Yeah.
whatever reason, his youngest son Mason is supposed to be this gigantic freak.
6'10".
We just got to put a ball in his hand and teach him to dribble left-handed and how to
Correct.
box out.
Yeah.
Start now. He's 4.
I'm in.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time to mold them.
Is that an offer, Ben?
Let's get Mason Mansour an offer, a scholarship offer. We got to start growing that NIL money for Mason. All right. Headlines next with Ben Johnson, Mark Parrish, Mark Rosen, and the rest of the Power Gym Morning Show. After this on the Van.
Just up the dial at 107.9, Christmas Cool 108. Presented by UCare, people-powered health plans.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
I have lots of fragrance lovers on my list, and Ulta Beauty has all I need to add joy to their holiday season. Shop your favorite fragrances from YSL, Carolina Herrera, Valentino, and Ariana Grande's new exclusive Cloud Pink scent. Plus, with a fragrance purchase of $70 or more, get a plush robe or throw, valued at $70 while supplies last. Shop the gifts that bring joy to everyone on your list this holiday season, especially you. Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, it's Amanda, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're so easy for the holidays. They're warm and flavorful. It's always a crowd pleaser. When I put down a nugget tray, everyone is happy.
Hey, this is Brian, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is the joy that it brings to me and everybody around me during the holidays. They're warm, juicy, and delicious.
Cater the holidays with Chick-fil-A today. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials. Visit Boot Barn for savings on top quality holiday gifts this week only. We're offering $40 off exotic cowboy boots and up to $40 off select leather western boots. Our holiday specials this week also include 25% off select outerwear, western shirts, flannels, and jeans. Additionally, we're offering savings on children's outerwear and denim. Visit us this week and save on gifts for the whole family. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Staples Holiday Deals mean amazing savings for the holiday season on hot tech like laptops, game systems, earbuds, and more. Right now, save up to $350 on select PCs. In-store only. Offer ends 12/23. See an associate for details. Have yourself a merry little holiday deal at Staples.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey. Every month, thousands of lives are changed for the better through the support and encouragement of Livia Weight Control Centers. Doug and his wife Amy go to the Minnetonka Center, and they lost a combined 165 pounds. I mean, come on, that's huge. Here's what Doug said about Livia. The Livia coaches really set you up to succeed. They teach you about portion control and how to make good choices, end quote. I also went to the Minnetonka Center. I lost over 50 pounds. I've kept it off for over 10 years and lost more. And by the way, besides Minnetonka, there are 5 other metro area locations. There's one right near you. Join Livia today and save up to 50% off Livia's extended Black Friday offer. You can lose up to 10 pounds in your first 2 weeks and up to 20 pounds or more by 2024. This is a limited time offer, so join today and get up to 50% off your doctor-recommended personalized program. So call 855-GO-LIVIA or visit livia.com. That's 855-GO-LIVIA or visit LIVEA, livia.com today. And I want to join my friends from Livia in wishing all of you out there a happy holiday season. Get started with Livia today.
Meat sauce here. There's some sinfully good Cinnamania going on at holiday station stores. You got to try the new cinnamon roll sandwich packed with sausage, bacon, and cheese on a swirly cinnamon roll. Change up your morning routine only at Holiday.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Raising Cane's one love. It's the holidays. Look, I say this every year, but I don't ask for much. I'm not much of a gift guy. You don't have to give me anything. But if you're going to, I'm a Caniac. I want Raising Cane's gift cards. And I know there's got to be a Caniac or two in your household. If you love the best chicken fingers on the planet, ask for Raising Cane's gift cards for Christmas or the holiday season. And definitely do that today if you're out shopping for somebody in your family. Go get lunch, go get dinner, go get that Caniac combo. I go no slaw, extra toast, but you do what you want. And then pick up some Raising Cane's gift cards. 17 Twin Cities locations. Raising Cane's. One love.
I got to ask, are you looking to switch your phone service? Well, what if there was a carrier that wasn't just another phone company? One that's brand new, built with technology for the next 50 years, not the last 50. Well, now there is. It's Boost Infinite Wireless, the only carrier that switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you anywhere, anytime. So why limit yourself to one network when you can get 3 and you get a low price unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every single year? It's the power of new technology that gives you better service at lower prices. Boost Infinite Wireless. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. BOOST. That's boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. Boost Infinite Wireless. Switch today. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Hey, it's Corey Cove, Power Trip Morning Show for Ovo LASIK and Lens. Ovo has the lowest LASIK price in the Twin Cities. Guaranteed. And there's still time to do it this year. Why wait another year? End 2023 with giving yourself something truly priceless. The gift of clear vision with LASIK from Ovo. LASIK might be the best thing I've ever done for myself, and you should be doing it too. Are you tired of glasses or contacts? Then you got to schedule your free consultation at Ovo. You can check out Ovo's over 1,400 5-star reviews, and you're going to be super amazed at all the people that are saying the exact same thing I am, that it's one of the best things they have ever done. They only wish they would have done it sooner. So hurry up and make 2023 the year that you get LASIK from Ovo LASIK and Lens. They have Dr. Mark Lobanoff. They have Dr. David Whiting, the legends of LASIK, in the same spot. And they're offering 24 months of interest-free financing through the end of the year. You can ask about all this when you get your free consultation at Ovo LASIK and Lens. Find them online right now at ovoi.com. That's OVOEYE.com. Ovo LASIK and Lens.
Smart Start MN, your ignition interlock specialists.
From the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios, this is the Power Trip on FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Renowned
comedian Brian Regan will ring in the new year at the State Theater on December 31st, and we want you there. Call our 11 right now to 1-800-320-5326. We'll win a pair of tickets. Good luck.
Pirates Morning Show. Thank you, Zyko. Final segment of the day, and don't forget you can watch us at KFN.com/watch right now. And don't forget as well that our friend Ben Johnson, men's Golden Gopher basketball coach in studio, brought to you by our friends at Bell Bank. We love you, Bell Bank, and we hope we can do this a few more times throughout the season, thanks to our friends at Bell Bank. And, of course, don't forget tonight's game can be heard on KFAN, proud partner for Golden Gopher Sports. Good to see you, Coach. Thank you for being in here once again.
No, appreciate being here. Appreciate you guys.
All right, should we do headlines with Ben?
I think we should. There's lots to talk about.
Now it's time for headlines.
All right, Ben Johnson, Mark Parrish, Mark Rosen, jump in whenever you want.
Okay.
The last Lakers uniform that Kobe Bryant wore during his final away game in 2016 just sold for $485,000.
I would have guessed more.
Yeah, same. Yeah, because, I mean, think of what like a Gretzky jersey has gone for.
Yeah.
It says final away game, so he must have had one more at home, right? Was the one that he scored
remember.
like 60 or something? That was at home, was it not?
Yeah.
I mean, ask the basketball experts in the other
Oh,
studio.
yeah, Chris and Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he
That
played
was at home.
the home game and the away game, and then, that's right, for the practice and then stuff.
And the same night, I believe, too.
Could I, while we're doing that, the reason I thought it was going to be more than that, because listen to this that I loaded in yesterday, we never got to play, about a Babe Ruth baseball card.
A 1914 Baltimore News rookie card featuring the Great Bambino fetched $7.2 million in an online auction based in New Jersey that ended Sunday. That closing price makes the card the most expensive Babe Ruth item sold in history, and it's also the third highest price ever paid for a sports card. The most expensive card ever remains a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card that sold for $12.6 million last year. Lisa G, NBC News Radio.
No, this is the
sure
point
my dad
where...
had
That's the
4
one
or
I had
5
my
of them.
bicycle.
Correct.
Yeah,
I'm sure my dad had multiple of them.
This is the point in the show where you explained to Ben Johnson that for years on this show, you claimed Babe Ruth wasn't real.
Yeah.
You don't stand by that anymore, right? I think you're off that one. But where are you on the moon landing? Fake, or you admit that it's real now?
I don't think it happened.
You don't know.
Okay.
What's more likely, that we landed on the moon or that Babe Ruth was a real person?
I think Babe Ruth was real.
How long that person had held on to that card? How many hands had that transferred
And it looks
through?
in decent condition for almost a
I had never
115-year-old
even
card.
heard of that. Oh, my goodness.
Pretty good stuff.
Vanilla Ice says he knows, quote, too much about Tupac's death.
Okay.
Oh, you should start talking then.
Why didn't we ask Ice back in the day? Come on,
Well,
Vanilla.
That's an odd statement to
Yeah,
make.
that is weird.
Last December, a man in Florida was arrested
Aw.
after trying to shoplift from a Walmart.
All right.
Okay.
Not the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe the first time, though, while the store was hosting an event called Shop with a Cop, which included around 40 officers. And now it happened again. This time it was a 62-year-old woman in Michigan. She was caught trying to shoplift last Saturday while the store was hosting its Shop with a Cop event, where there were around 75 officers that were shopping with young children.
Come on.
She tried to get away with $700 in merchandise. They caught her.
Yeah.
Maybe
That is the worst time to try
figure
to...
that they were distracted. They were concentrating on the kids. No one was paying attention to her. Maybe that's the idea.
Rosie, you know I've been planning a heist for most
I
of my
know.
adult life.
I'd like to be a part of that.
When 75 officers are at a Walmart in Michigan, that means there's almost none around town. That's when you pounce, but not in the
Hit the
store.
bank.
That's when you hit the bank or the jewelry store.
Right.
You don't steal $700 when they're an aisle over.
She was at the wrong Walmart.
Yeah, I mean,
The wrong address.
yeah, you gotta, just for a moment, you gotta go, guys, come on, this is kind of fun.
Yeah, don't
right?
you walk in and go, maybe tomorrow.
So what I don't get, though, is did she make a run for the door? Because otherwise, wouldn't you just say, I thought we were doing this, like, collecting toys for charity. I was going to throw it in a cart or something.
Yeah.
At what point do you say, are you shoplifting that?
Yeah.
Did she run for the car? Stuffing it up her shirt? I would just say, oh, no, I don't have a cart. You guys have all the carts. He's going to bring this for the charity bin.
Yeah, throw
IQ
it in Hawks
number
card.
not very high.
Can I put the show on pause for 35 seconds?
Of course.
So, how much older are you guys than AJ? Corey?
I think, isn't AJ in his, AJ's what, late 30s?
I think so.
I think he's 38, 39, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I think he's David's age.
Yeah.
I think he's 84. I think he was born in.
We were talking about his monstrous son a moment ago. And how he's going to be 6'10".
Monstrous son.
He's going to be a monster. He's going to be huge. I love it. And we were talking about how AJ almost won a state basketball championship without recognizing that Ben Johnson won 2 at De La Salle High School.
Mm-hmm. That's ancient.
Yeah, no.
Ancient.
What's
That's
yours?
ancient.
De La Salle.
Gosh, that would have been 98, 99.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That's
Good for
pretty cool,
you.
man.
That's back.
I mean,
when-
come on.
So
That's basketball
So
was
98.
sweet back then.
That's like the Darius Lane.
You know what, Darius? So he's a year older than me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Did he play at Grace?
Tino.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, who else? Adam Boone and Minnetonka.
Oh, Keating, Schilling,
Keating,
Cuppy.
right.
They won
those
it
are
in
some really
5A
good
or
teams.
whatever.
Nick Horvath, Mike Bauer, Troy
God.
Bell.
Horvath.
Mike
I
Bauer was
forgot about
terrific.
Horvath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Troy
did you
Bell.
beat for the
Troy
championship?
Bell.
We beat
Chestermere
Watertown. Yeah, I'm sorry, Watertown
Mayor?
Mayor.
That sounds
one
made
year.
up.
But the cool thing, that was back, so like in the 90s, you guys remember, they really had, I think at one point, like 2 classes, A and AA.
That was
And you play in St. Paul, and it was a huge deal. Like, that was really when you'd watch it on TV, Channel 9, and you get the in-state, out-state, city, small town, bus loads, and it was like just more of a spectacle. That was when it was like, man, that was really cool. It felt like the state would stop during high school basketball
did.
tournament time.
I mean,
Hockey and basketball.
Prisbilla. You had
Priz.
some
Yeah.
monsters.
And my buddy
in that.
Paul in
Yeah.
St. Thomas took on
You
Priz.
can't forget, Creighton had good teams, but North, with
Yeah,
Jabbar and
I mean,
Khaled and Ozzie and
I think
all
it was-
those guys.
Was it 97 or 98? Tonka beat North when they had Khalid, and I think it was his last year at North, and it was one of the most epic high school basketball games. It was sweet.
Yeah, no, every game those guys played.
Yeah,
it
they were
was
sweet.
oh,
That North
man.
team was incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah,
And
98 and 99, you guys won AA.
there you go.
Yeah, that's it. Well, 21-3 in 99 and 24-3 in 98. Wow.
Yeah, we had some good players.
What were you averaging in high school?
You mean basketball?
I'll be honest, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't crazy.
Close to
crazy.
20 though? Maybe
yeah,
20
it was,
a game?
23, 24, something like that.
Yeah.
But we had some guys, in this state, we had, there was a kid, Drew Carlson from Belle Plaine, that I think was over 30. Jabron Ike, who was a really good player, was right around 30. You had Ryan Iverson. You guys remember him?
Ryan was
he
super
had
good. Even
Great
crazy
all-around
numbers.
athlete.
Yeah,
quarterback.
there was some guys that could really
Schilling was incredible.
incredible
so
athlete.
good. Yeah,
incredible
so
athlete,
good.
you know.
That high school basketball in the 90s
Oh,
kicked
it was
ass.
awesome.
Jacobson's obviously the
Yeah.
GOAT.
I remember the first time when I was a freshman, and they're like, "Hey, are you going to the basketball game?" And I'm like, "The basketball game?" And we went, and it was the 98.
You were confused.
I was, but it wasn't something like I thought like a bunch of people would go to. I don't know. I was in ninth grade.
Well, did you guys used
My
to follow?
stories are bad. Sorry, I ruined the bit. It was sweet though.
You could
That's
get
all I had to
you
say.
could get the box scores, in the paper. You
Yeah,
could figure out for each conference who was the leading scorer, and like it was highlighted, and that was a big deal. You don't even have that anymore.
No,
Like,
it was
No,
sweet.
they used to play him
though.
at Met Center. They played him at,
Yeah.
of course, the barn held
Yeah.
a legendary championship games. I think at Met Center it was Kevin McHale played against Steve Lingenfelter, and I think McHale lost that game. And he got outplayed, and thinking, oh, by the way, he ends up being one of the greatest 50 players in the history of the NBA. And of course, his time with the U. But man, we had some incredible. Randy Brewer, his dominance at Lake City.
Hey, look, McHale was great, but according to Sauce an hour and a half ago, Derrick Rose would have been a top 5 player of all time if he had just stayed healthy. So get in line, Kevin McHale.
He would have been. He was one of the. Isn't he the youngest guy to win MVP? He was
hell of a basketball
outstanding.
player.
Let's ask the
I'm
basketball
just
guy.
asking.
What
He
he
said
thinks.
Derrick Rose would have been top 5 all time
You know
if he
what's
had
funny?
just stayed healthy.
Honestly, in the NBA circles and in other basketball circles, that is one of the most debated topics in all topics.
Derrick
Seriously.
Rose's arc if he had stayed healthy.
Is the debating. If you ask guys that are in the league that played around him, like physically what he was able to do, they rave about, man, if only type of thing. That is a heavy debated topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
He was incredible.
Case closed, right?
No, I'm just saying though, but like it's not preposterous. It's not like I said oogly googly would have been like, what was that guy's name? Like Tom Gugliotti. Like he would have been the great.
Harlan used to say.
I didn't say a
googly, moogly.
44th overall pick.
No.
Derrick Rose was amazing. He won the tournament for Memphis. That's what they called him, right?
Yeah, Googs, yeah. You could also argue one of the greatest arcs that got cut down by injury was Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Right? Grant Hill would have been
was always
not
hurt.
top 5, but Grant Hill would have been crazy good if he had stayed healthy his entire career.
I say stupid things,
Of course.
that's
more of the joke.
Yeah,
I don't even really care if Derrick
Rose.
Rose it could have been top 5. I just love that you put zero thought into it and go, he could have been top 5 all time. Just say it.
Exactly what I did.
No
Hit
critical
the
thinking.
jackpot.
No critical thinking.
Exactly.
That's a waste of time.
Check this one out. Back to headlines for a second. This one makes me laugh. A man in D.C. was mugged recently, and they demanded his phone. And the guy gave it to him because he's getting mugged.
Yeah.
But then the muggers gave it back when they noticed it was an Android.
Brilliant.
What do I do with this?
That's funny.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a great
That's
bit.
genius.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
The best city for single people in the U.S., according to a new survey, Seattle, Washington.
No way.
It's pretty
Really?
awesome.
No way.
I like
Really?
Seattle.
No chance.
Why do you say no chance, Ben?
Harry played there, right?
Because it's raining all the time and you can't go outside and meet
I don't know.
people.
I wouldn't pick it as
Homelessness,
the
drug problems.
I thought they had a high depression rate because
do.
of
I'm sure they
yeah,
do.
and
The
homeless.
rain.
right.
Yeah.
Homelessness is crazy.
Hawk was out there for
Drugs
the
are crazy.
preseason. Said it was
Yeah, my
pretty
son lives
sad.
out there, and it's tough, man.
But
It
check
is.
this out. The best city for single people, according to this new survey or study, is Seattle. But it barely edged out
Lacrosse.
Milwaukee.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
No way.
Oh, yeah. I got to think that's a good place to be single. And it's an expensive place to be single, but you just go clubbing every night. There's a million people that are all over the country. I'm sure Nashville's good for the same reasons. Right?
Yeah, man.
The double-decker taco is back at Taco Bell for a limited time.
Thank God.
Yeah, Taco Bell Wales. The
does.
double-decker taco was a game changer back in the day.
Oh man, your game changed.
Yeah, I mean, mine did. I loved it. Well, you guys were out doing basketball and watching Never-Ending Story. I was eating a double-decker taco.
Shocking.
I've had a few in my life. I might have some this weekend.
Get her done.
Right.
You get the Taco Bell Mountain Dew?
Oh, yeah, all of it. Taco Bell Wales. So good.
Late night.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
3 a.m.
I mean, after the U2 concert, when Hawk and I have had a couple of pops,
Yeah.
Hawk will buy me Taco Bell.
Yeah, we're going to see you two at the Sphere on Friday, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you, in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
that
man.
place, that is one thing I want to check out. I'm jealous right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
We'll
Does look
we'll
sick.
send you pictures.
Please do.
You might want to delete them after we said that. Coach, swinging back and forth a little bit here. Our Timberwolves are the real deal this year, man.
They are.
Yeah, have you had any time to watch any games other than yourself?
I've caught a couple, but man, no, they are fun to watch, and I don't think it was any secret. I mean, you watched Ant this summer with the Olympic team. I think everybody saw that he had a chance to take a jump, so that doesn't surprise me at all. And just what he's been able to do, it's been phenomenal. So just it's such a long season, but I feel like they got a chance this year.
Well, it's something you stress all the time, but you understand watching the Wolves and the difference between this year's team and maybe pretty much all the other ones we've watched, going back to 2004 when they went to the Western Conference Finals. This team is playing nightly a high level of defense, and the two bigs are getting along just fine with Towns and Rudy Gobert. But you're right, Ant is the engine that will keep this team going next spring.
The Timberwolves down to 28-1 on DraftKings.
Really?
3 weeks ago it was 65-1.
Yeah.
Now it's
Man,
28-1.
that's a big leap.
But for perspective, again, the Wolves have the best record in the NBA at 15-4, half a game ahead of the 15-5 Boston Celtics. The Celtics are the Vegas favorites at plus 370. So they're essentially 4-1.
Right.
Team with the same record, 28-1. I think the Wolves seem to be a pretty good value.
I would say so.
28-1. Maybe we should throw a little money on the Timberwolves this weekend because we can't legally do it here. And Ben probably can't do it legally at all because college gambling rules are stupid.
What if we just walk by the sports book and wave?
And just wave and see how everybody's
That's what
doing.
I'm planning to do.
That's all you can do.
Ben, do you watch television?
Here and there, yeah. So yeah.
In the last year, top of your head, anything jump out as the best TV show of the year in 2023? Anything you watched?
Oh, you don't want my take on that. I'm bad on that. No, because I'm more like just random stuff. I'm a big HGTV guy.
Okay. Property Brothers, Flipper Flop a little bit.
Yeah.
The AV Club, Rosie and Mark Parrish and Ben Johnson released their top 10 shows of the year and worst 10 shows of the year, or as some of us call it, Dave Schwartz's favorite shows.
Yes, correct.
Poor Dave. He's not here to
Schwartzy.
defend himself.
Here's the top 10 shows according to the AV Club. I haven't heard of about 4 of these, so help me out on these. Number 10 is Telemarketers on HBO.
No
I've
idea.
never heard of that.
I don't know that one.
Nada.
I can't imagine.
Is that the documentary, or is that a series?
It's a TV series.
Interesting. I don't know that one.
My goodness.
Number 9, Chris and I somehow simultaneously watched it at the same time on the same day without telling each other. That's Kunk on Earth.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
On Netflix. It's very funny.
It's great.
Super funny.
It's like it's a historical documentary, but it's sarcastic as hell, and she's basically making fun of other history docs.
It was one of
It's
those
very
bits
funny.
where Hockey texted Corey and I and was like, "You guys have to watch this."
And I'm like, I'm 2 episodes in as well. I'm watching it right now.
We
And
were like all kind of watching. It was
it's
great.
very funny.
It's not a Mystery Science Theater type thing. It was
No, she travels the world reporting on history.
Oh, that's
Never
funny.
breaks character.
Never breaks
I love
character.
it.
She's
Right.
genius.
Didn't people compare it kind of like to Borat?
It's a little bit like Borat, right?
Yeah.
She's
All right.
playing a character and interviewing people that don't
got
know
it.
they're necessarily getting interviewed by somebody that's being funny. Anyway, it was a BBC show originally, and now it's on Netflix.
Sounds good.
Number 8 is The Other Two on Comedy Central. Again, not familiar with that one. Number 7, I've heard is very good. Reservation Dogs on FX.
Very good.
I've heard that's great. Yeah.
Really well done.
Number 6, Poker Face on Peacock. That's with Natasha Lyonne.
Very, very good.
Heard that's very good.
Yep.
Rosie, I know you've seen this one. Number 5 is Beef on Netflix. That's the show about the car accident. Didn't you say you saw
Yeah,
that?
he did. I remember saying
you told me
liked-
you watched it. It's the show where they get into a car accident and then they start fighting.
Oh,
That's
yes.
really good.
Never
I did
mind.
see that. I did see that.
Literally,
Yeah,
my
okay,
brain
cool.
was like
Yeah, you- I
short-circuited.
remember
Yeah,
you
dude.
said you saw it and liked
Yes.
it.
That's the
I
only thing
did.
I remember about
Yes.
that show is you saying you liked it.
Exactly.
I did.
But Ben, you've
Now-
seen it too.
Yeah, that's the one with Ali Wong. I think.
Yeah, that's exactly
and
right.
yes,
Yeah,
and Stevie
really
Young from
Yes.
Walking
really
Dead.
good.
It
really
ends
good.
up being quite complicated, but
Yes.
very funny.
So they got that at number 5.
And very deep, yes.
Number 4 is The Last of Us on HBO.
Oh, I
super
love
good.
that. Oh, man, I was hooked on that.
Number 3, Barry, also on HBO.
Very good.
Is that the last season? I think.
I think
It's
so.
over, yeah.
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 And boy, is Dave Schwartz going to hate this.
Oh, boy.
But number 2, The Bear,
Incredible.
which is awesome.
Oh my God,
That's the cooking show.
it's so good.
Fantastic. And I think this is very fair. Went off with a bang. Number 1, Mark Parrish. You can do this. Number 1 show of the year.
NHL tonight on ESPN.
Jeez.
You can do it. You almost said it. Not Severance.
No,
You and Nikki watch it.
oh my God. Brian Cox.
Yeah, it's about a family and
yeah,
there's a succession plan,
Succession!
and it's called Succession.
There it is. There's an S word in there somewhere.
Man.
The most
Do people like this?
disliked people on the planet.
Succession is awesome.
Awesome. I
If
love
you
the
haven't
ending.
watched
The final
it,
season
you
was
gotta
great.
watch it.
We watched
It's
one episode. We never
unbelievable.
went back to it.
I saw somebody tweet a couple days ago. I don't remember who it was. They had a picture of Tom from Succession, and they said, "I'm 2 episodes in, and this is the least likable character in the history of TV." And of course, I'm going, "Buckle up, buddy.
Just you wait.
There's a lot more Tom over the next handful of seasons."
Oh,
Ben, you watch Succession?
I haven't. It's
phenomenal.
I'm
awesome.
surprised White Lotus didn't make the list.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
the second season is great.
The
Yeah.
third one's about to be out soon. That's real good.
Yeah.
The worst show, according to the same.
Oh,
group-
boy.
it's not even close. The Weekends show, The Idol on HBO. Remember that disaster?
Oh, yeah.
It's the most
They
unwatchable
canned it
trash of all time.
Mid-show.
It's terrible.
Didn't they?
That was
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
10 minutes hate watching. It was so bad.
No kidding.
In the first 10
Yes,
minutes, it's
I
just
watched-
gratuitous nudity, and I'm
And we still
bored
turned
of
it
I'm
off.
still like, this is
Yeah.
terrible.
Didn't they say he was basically unbearable to deal
Yes.
with?
Yeah.
Weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's finally here.
It's finally here.
You take a
Yeah.
gal, what is her name? Lily Rose Depp? Is that her
Yeah.
name?
Yeah.
She's gorgeous,
Right.
naked almost immediately.
What?
And I'm bored. That's how bad
No,
it
it was
Think about that.
awful.
I'm like, I can't watch this.
No,
This
it
is
was
stupid.
terrible.
Terrible.
It was like what's the name of the movie? The show
Showgirls.
Showgirls.
With
It was-
Elizabeth Berkley.
What?
Yeah.
That was
Were you-
wait.
What?
Rosie and I, great minds think alike.
It's an awful movie.
Yeah, but you watched all of it.
Well, I saw it. I had to. I was a critic.
Dave Schwartz.
Something to it.
Dave Schwartz is texting me, said his favorite show of the year was The Idol on HBO.
Coach, it's great to have you in. We
Yeah.
hope we can do this more often. Thank you so much to Bell Bank and love those folks. And you're a champion for them just like I am. And thanks to them for having you on the show today. Appreciate it. Big game tonight. And I want you to know, as somebody who just flew in to and out of Cincinnati a couple of weeks ago, there's now a Skyline Chili in the Cincinnati airport.
Is there really?
Yeah. They officially have put one in there now.
Oh,
You
that's
had
big.
it, right?
Oh, I love Skyline
I
Chili.
can't
man.
believe Hawk
It's where I
eats
grew
that.
up. Man,
What did you get?
I just go with the three-way.
Yes.
I like the
There you
cheese.
go.
Yeah, that's-
Wait,
There you go.
Yeah,
Let's
Bud
still
Bar.
talking about chili.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's Cincinnati chili is what they call it. It's just the best, and I know you coached at Xavier and at Dayton, so you've had yourself some Skyline, I would guess.
Cincinnati, a very underrated city too.
I love that place. I do. We'll be there in a couple of weeks for a Vikings game.
Yeah,
Next
Bengals
week.
next weekend.
That's
Next
right.
Saturday.
Next weekend.
Yeah,
That's right.
still
Saturday
rolling.
afternoon at noon. Yeah.
But again, you got Nebraska tonight. Tickets on sale, so please go out and see Golden Gopher men's basketball. And again, thanks to Bell Bank. You're the best, man. Thank you for coming
Thanks,
in.
Ben.
No, I appreciate you guys having me as always, man. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Good luck tonight.
Let's embarrass Fred Hoiberg tonight. All right, dunk on him all game long. Let's go, Freddie. All right, Ben. Thanks, dude.
All right, thanks, man.
We head to Vegas this afternoon. We're broadcasting live from Vegas tomorrow, and then the live broadcast in front of the public on Friday morning at Buffalo Wild Wings. But Rosie, we'll talk to you next week.
Look forward to it. Have fun, guys.
And Mark, we will miss you on Friday for initials, but we'll see you next week as well.
And I'll talk to you, probably get the sixth pick since I got to wake up and listen
Good
at
point.
6:30.
2 weeks to go in the Charge Challenge. Parrish and Creasel calling in Friday morning. The rest of us will be in Vegas. Everybody have a nice day. 9 to noon is next.
KFAN Total Traffic.
The Quick Trip Traffic Center. Here's to look out the roads in St. Paul.